So we are here with Anthony Pearce from Hills Farm Supplies Mount Barker. We're just across one of our pasture that was recently sown, and we're just going to have a bit of a discussion about it.
All right, thanks Claire. I guess today we want to talk about our multi-species blend, which we did our live stream on several weeks ago. But just thought it might be a really good start to actually work through just sort of what we traditionally do. And the paddock we're standing in had a forage rape in it 2 years ago, and since then we've been sowing Italian and annual ryegrass into it. And yeah, look, it's a great pasture for this time of year. We've got plenty of leaf, good clover. You know, in terms of forage quality, we're really thinking this should drive some pretty good lamb production. And I'm really happy with it, but I know that the thing is at the end of its life, because we're running into summer now rather than certainly at the start, so my production's going to finish here. And what we're looking forward to today is seeing what our multi-species and our brassica chicory type combinations are actually doing for giving us more production in lambs over that summer period. So it'll be really good. I just thought we'd start here and work our way through, I guess, sort of what I traditionally do, and this is what I would have been doing 4 or 5 years ago and thinking this is where my best feed is. But I know that I'm on a limited time scale here, and that's what we're trying to change. Okay, so this is a paddock we've currently got lambs in. Being, I guess, my field of expertise is in ruminant nutrition, and you know, I know a paddock like this is pretty much done. And even though we've got green feed here, we've lost all our leafy material out of it. We've got a little bit of clover underneath it still. This had Rafno in it last year and performed exceptionally well. And all I did was just sow some more Italians and annuals into this. I guess the issue here is that I'm probably saying, well, what would you do right now? Would we top it? I know that this is going to be starting to slow down lamb production, so I'm thinking about other feeding alternatives. And preferably I'd like to have them on grass for as long as possible, on quality grass. So this will have the ability to, with low aftermath heading, to go back to a leafy state, but it's certainly going to run out of moisture soon and lose that production, because we're talking about ryegrasses here with shallow root systems. We've got Persian clover in here, which will pull up in the same sort of way. So I really haven't probably got a pasture here that's going to carry me on. But from an NDF point of view now, we've got all this sort of tough stuff here. We've got high tensile strength in those pastures. You know, that means increased chewing time, reduced intake times, what we refer to as those higher NDF paddocks. This is sort of, might look good on face value, but I know that we're pretty much done. So in my situation, I'm probably going to have to top this paddock. So here's another paddock. This one here is actually, I guess, third in line for our next grazing rotation. It was topped on the last round. We've had a bit of a barley grass issue here in the past, and we've used some Clearfield barley in here and put Rafno over the top. It performed exceptionally well over summer, and then it was dry sown with a mix of early and mid annuals. And you can see as a result, even though I've topped it, that I've got heads coming back here already. So I'm going to get some good leafy material, but it's really run its race. And again, if we went through our forage quality from top to bottom, the first paddock with those Italians, you know, that's probably still sitting at 20+% protein and you know, a good 11 to 12 ME, whereas the next paddock that's been scun out, I'd say that's probably really fallen below 10 ME, and it's going to be sort of low, mid teens for protein. So, you know, that's sort of not really where we want to be with those lambs. This one here looks good, but I know that really I'm not going to get as much as I'd like out of it in terms of where the lambs are at. I've got to use it, of course, because that's what we want to do, is get good utilisation in our pastures. But the forage quality is probably, I'd say, you know, I'm limited to something here about 11 ME and high teens for protein at the moment. But in the schedule of things, I guess by the time I get to it, it may well have declined a bit more. But I'm trying to sort of manage, and I want to get that first pasture we looked at grazed as soon as possible, because I'm hoping that I might get some more regrowth out of it. But it won't be a lot, as I said earlier. I think it's run its race. So yeah, across this paddock you can just see those heads popping up now, and I've probably done what I can with it. So yeah, you know, this is the traditional system. It's worked well. We're really happy with what we've got, but on the whole, I'd like to sort of, I guess, move over those other systems in summer, because as we'll go through in a minute, you can see the production benefits that I'm going to get in terms of growing lambs on this.